Hey guys! So if you have done it all and your hair is still not growing and your hair is still falling out, you did all the DIYs and all of the lists to do in order to grow your hair long, well, today I'm going to help you break down the potential reasons and ask you some questions to why your hair is not growing and is always falling out. Just because we all know that hair fall can have a lot of reasons. And it is very important to know the cause of your hair loss in order for you to provide a proper solution for it. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop on to these questions. Question number 1. I've actually written it all down here. Number 1 is observe your lifestyle. Are you in deep stress lately? It is said that stress actually triggers hair loss, especially if you have an autoimmune disease or if you have alopecia areata. Also, here's another question. Have you recently gained weight or have you recently lost weight quickly or drastically? It's because sometimes when you immediately lose weight or gain weight, it can cause hormonal imbalance in your body, especially if you're a woman. And my doctor told me that this can also actually affect your hair, so you may potentially experience temporary hair loss. Alright, question number 2. What products did you recently introduce to your hair? Let's say, did you change your shampoo, or maybe you changed your conditioner, or maybe you have been using oils in your hair. So maybe look into the products that you're using, especially the ingredients of the products or the hair care products that you have recently introduced to your hair. Sometimes there are certain shampoos or conditioners that your hair does not really like, so in return, it can actually make your hair fall out. Alright, number 3 question is, are you heavily oiling your hair? Now, as much as oils are really great for the hair, and I personally use oils in my hair as well, and I'm fond of, oiling my hair, but I realized that you don't necessarily have to drench your hair with oil. Just because if you heavily oil your hair, or if you leave the oil too long on your hair, it can actually cause oil buildup. And to some people, if your scalp is very sensitive, it can actually also make your hair fall out. So be cautious of the oils that you're using. Alright, number 4 is your hair chemically treated. Now, if you recently got keratin treatment, or I know to some people they get rebond treatment and then they color their hair as well. If you get those treatments done at the same day, that is a recipe for disaster. Just because a friend of mine before actually got her hair rebonded and then she dyed her hair in a lighter shade. So as a result, she experienced a lot of chemical burns and patches on her scalp, and then she noticed that her hair was actually falling out. It's because of the harsh chemicals from the dyes and also from rebonding the hair. Sometimes the downfall of bleaching your hair or just basically chemically treating your hair, such as rebond, can actually make your hair fall out, and to some people they experience hair thinning as well. Alright, number 5. Are you wearing tight ponytails, buns, or are you consistently styling your hair with heat? If the answer is yes, then maybe you want to lessen it, because there's this thing called traction alopecia, and it can actually make your hairline recede and also at the same time can cause hair loss or hair breakage. Alright, number 6 is, are you taking in any medications? Now, there are certain medications that can actually make your hair fall out. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. When I got my wisdom tooth pulled out, it was infected because I had an impacted wisdom tooth. So my dentist actually put me on antibiotics. I had to switch antibiotics, okay, for a long period of time. And the side effects of that, me taking in all these antibiotics, I experienced a lot of hair fall. I felt like a shedding dog at that time. However, the great thing is that hair fall was absolutely temporary. After I recuperated, after I healed. And also, I have read before that if you're taking depression or anxiety medications, that can also trigger hair fall. Alright, number 7. What kind of water are you using? I'm talking about the water that you wash your hair, okay? I'm not talking about the water that you drink. Just because if you guys don't know, hard water can cause hair fall. Okay, it says here that's because hard water contains buildup of minerals such as calcium and magnesium. This produces a film on hair making it difficult for moisture to penetrate. And as a result, the hair is left dry and prone to breakage. Leave these issues unresolved and it could even lead to hair loss. So not only hard water will cause hair loss, but also at the same time, it can also affect the quality of your hair. Alright, number 8, observe your eating habits. Now, I know I've said this before, I'm gonna say this again, but nutrition really does play a huge role in growing out your hair. Are you eating a proper balanced diet? Are you eating foods that are rich in protein? Are you eating foods that are rich in biotin? You know, I'm talking about the nutritional value of the meals that you're eating every day. I for one can say that I don't think I'm eating foods that are nutritious enough. So that's why I really like taking in supplements. So just in case if I don't get it on the foods that I'm eating, I still have supplements that can actually make up for it. Alright, number 9, observe the seasons. Probably you are experiencing, just a temporary telogen phase, meaning it's a resting phase of your hair to where your hair falls out and your hair is not growing at that phase. So maybe you are in that stage or phase of your hair, but you don't have to fear telogen effluvium just because it is very temporary and your hair is going to grow again. And it's just a phase, so you don't necessarily have to worry about it. Alright, next question. Are you suffering from depression and anxiety, or are you in constant worry? There's actually several studies that I've been reading, especially during Miss Rona. People have been experiencing more hair fall. Due to the rise of depression and anxiety, they call this the pandemic hair loss. Right, it says here that studies have shown that stress and anxiety-induced stress can contribute to specific hair loss condition. And one of them, of course, is alopecia. And it says here, large clumps of hair may suddenly fall out for no apparent reason, or patches of hair loss. Right, the next question is, what is the condition of your scalp? Is your scalp healthy, or are you experiencing some scalp problems, such as maybe itchy scalp, or dry scalp, or maybe you're experiencing a lot of dandruff, or maybe your scalp is too oily, or if you have psoriasis. Now, these scalp problems can actually hinder your hair growth, and at the same time, it can cause hair loss or excessive hair fall as well. Alright, last question. Are you experiencing any hormonal imbalance, or do you have PCOS? And if you guys don't know, one of the symptoms of PCOS is actually excessive hair fall. So far there's no exact cure for this, or there's no one cure for this. The doctors would always say and recommend that you need to change your lifestyle. You need to adopt a healthy lifestyle in order to heal from PCOS. Alright, so that is it, you guys. Those are the questions. And if majority of your answer is yes, at least now you have an idea on how to deal with it. Just because it's very important to know the cause of your hair loss, just so that, as I've said, you can provide a proper solution for it. Rather than just assuming everything and using DIYs, taking in all of the supplements and all that, which I am totally all for. I love the DIYs, as I've said. I love the supplements. I love the topical hair care stuff that I put on my hair. However, if you don't address the real issue of your hair problem, your hair fall is still going to persist and your hair is still going to be stunted and you will not see your hair growth progress at all. It's like it's hard to defeat an enemy that you know nothing about. So you gotta know. You have to know. So that's it, you guys. I hope you all found this video helpful, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also if you found this content valuable, please do share it to a friend, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!